What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Fight franchise and our preview and prediction of the co-main event of UFC 299. The co-main event of UFC 299 is Dustin Porier taking on Benoit Saint Denis in what is quite a legendary, it seems, matchup for the lightweight division, where we're finally getting to see one of the new guard take on one of the old guard and the veterans who has sat at the top of this division for so long. This is an amazing matchup in a 5-round co-main event, which is being hyped as one of the potential contenders for Fight of the Year, and it well can be. If this goes 5 rounds, with how Dustin Poirier's fights go, with how Benoit Saint Denis has been recently, this could genuinely go on to be one of the fights of the year. An amazing matchup, and I can't wait for it, and how it came about is very interesting. If I was going to kind of compare this fight to another, it reminds me of when Khamzat fought Gilbert Burns. You know, Khamzat was this kind of destroyer going through the division, and then all of a sudden he was fighting number 2 or number 3 in the world. Benoit Saint Denis, I think he's 13th, 14th ranked. I don't even know where he's ranked, but I know Poirier is number 3. I think Benoit Saint Denis is out the top 10, that's for sure. But then all of a sudden he's facing a guy in the top 3, so it reminds me of Khamzat versus Gilbert Burns in a sense, where this new guy is going to take on one of the top contenders of the division. Let's kind of go through their recent past history and see what we think about this fight. We'll go through the tail of the tape. Poirier, a very legendary fighter over the last 4 or 5 years at lightweight. He's been one of the best lightweights in the world during this time, where he's only been kind of unstuck by Khabib, Charles and Gaethje. You know, he went on this brilliant run. He beat Pettis, beat Gaethje the first time, beat Alvarez and beat Max Holloway for the interim lightweight title in a brilliant matchup. Then lost to Khabib on an unfortunate bout for him, where he did fight really hard. Then came back a year later, went to war with Dan Hooker, beat Dan Hooker, beat Conor McGregor the first time and KO'd him in one of the best moments of that year, and one of the most shocking moments of that year. And then Conor McGregor got injured, and then off the back of that, Dustin Poirier earned a title shot against Charles. First round he did really well, second round he did awful, third round he got submitted. Came back the year after, beat Michael Chandler in a great fight where he submitted Michael Chandler and showed he is one of the elite in the division. And then just last year, he was paired with Justin Gaethje for the BMF title in what was a hype bout after their rematch from years prior, where the first round was a very close fight and they were going back and forth. And then second round, out of nowhere, the head kick from Justin Gaethje would shock the world and kind of shock Dustin Poirier and just put him out cold. And luckily, we've seen head kick knockout Alex Volkanovski turned around. He's been knocked out by Ilia Topuria. Is Dustin Poirier going to be the same? Benoit Saint Denis just head kicked, I'm pretty sure, Matt Frevola at UFC 295, was it? The omen's there, but Justin Gaethje has had months off now to kind of recover and recuperate. Benoit Saint Denis, on the other hand, brilliant fighter since he's joined the UFC and one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC roster. You know, joined the UFC and lost his first fight to Zaleski dos Santos. Then since then, he's gone on a 5-fight finishing win streak, you know, and he's got some brilliant wins in there against the other up-and-comers. For example, Ismael Bonfim, where he submitted him, Thiago Moises KO, and then recently, you know, I think Matt Frevola was ranked 14. He head-kicked Matt Frevola and got the finish. And, you know, he's on a streak now of 5 finishes in a row. And then could it be the 6th? And the omen for Dustin Poirier, he's just been finished. And the other thing about Dustin Poirier, in the fights he's lost recently, Khabib, Charles, and now Gaethje, they've all been finishes. So the omen's there for Benoit Saint Denis to get a finish. The tail of the tape going into this fight: 29 wins, 8 losses, 1 no contest for Dustin Poirier. 13 wins, 4 losses, 1 no contest for Benoit Saint Denis. 5'9" Dustin Poirier, 5'11" Benoit Saint Denis. 72-inch reach for Poirier, 73-inch reach for Benoit Saint Denis, and leg reach pretty much identical. So what do I think is going to happen in this fight? Now, Dustin Poirier is a brilliant fighter and one of the best in the lightweight division. Does he still have it? Has age caught up to him? That's a very interesting thing and a very interesting narrative. He's been in so many wars. Like, he's been in so many legendary scraps in the lightweight division. Have they finally caught up with him? And is Benoit Saint Denis now going to be able to expose that? And then when you look at Benoit Saint Denis, he's a violent finisher at the moment. And he is beating people with some brilliant finishes, whether submissions or KOs. And the other thing about Benoit Saint Denis, let me just have a look. Yeah, he's 28. Benoit Saint Denis is 28. And I'm pretty sure Poirier is 35. Poirier is, 35. 7-year age. 7-year age gap. And then we've just seen Ilia Topuria, Volkanovski, 7-year age gap. And Ilia Topuria has just KO'd Alex Volkanovski. Is this going to be kind of the same omen? It's very interesting. I think this fight, we all know we're going to see it go two ways. I don't think, and Poirier has done this a lot recently where he's used his grappling in fights and he shoots for takedowns, whereas before he would just kind of stick on the feet. But ever since his loss to Khabib, he started using more grappling in some of his fights, which is quite interesting. Obviously, if the guy's a big submission threat, then I doubt we see him use much grappling, but there is times where he does throw in the grappling in the exchanges. But Benoit Saint Denis has shown he's got, submission wins on his resume, so he can do it on the ground as well, Benoit Saint Denis. I just think this fight is geared and is going one way, and that's a Benoit Saint Denis win and a finish. And it's a shame to say, because that just means it's the kind of coming end of Dustin Poirier. But I think it's time. I think of every division in the UFC, when you look at them, the lightweight division is the one which hasn't yet kind of recycled and changed. Obviously, Khabib's gone, and Charles came through and stuff, but there's still so many of that old guard sitting at the top. And I just think the time is coming to an end, and this new generation of lightweights is coming through. It's the one division where the top of the division has stayed the top of the division, because there's been times, where Dan Hooker tried to break through and Dustin Poirier went, nah, you're not coming through. Rafael Fiziev tried to break through against Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje was like, no. But eventually, even Dariush was trying to break through and Oliveira was like, no. But eventually they're just going to have to give way, and I think this is going to be the first of it. I think Dustin Poirier is going to get beaten. He's going to get finished by Benoit Saint Denis. I don't know if he'll finish him on the ground or on the feet via KO. I just think he's going to get the finish, because I think momentum is massively in Benoit Saint Denis' favour. 5 wins in a row, 5 finishes. Dustin Poirier is coming off one of the most brutal KOs against Justin Gaethje, and his confidence is probably going to be shot. He is a very much confidence fighter. Dustin Poirier is. We've seen it over the years, and then sometimes when his confidence is shot, he builds himself back up. But he built himself back up and beat Michael Chandler. And Michael Chandler is like he's a good fighter, but he's a stupid fighter. Benoit Saint Denis isn't a stupid fighter. He's there to kind of go, look, this is my time, and I'm going to take this from you whether you like it or not. That's why I just think Benoit Saint Denis, he will get that finish. The momentum's on his side. And I think Dustin Poirier is a tremendous fighter, but his time is up now. It's like the Legends Tour is coming to an end. Justin Gaethje's probably got one last swing of the bat after he beats Holloway for the title. His time's coming to an end. Chandler's time's coming to an end. McGregor's time is over. Ferguson's time's over. The old guard is finishing now, and it's time for the new guard to come through, which is why I'm predicting a Benoit Saint Denis TKO or KO in the fight, or a submission. He'll get a finish. I don't know when in the fight he'll get the finish, but he's going to find it. The only thing I've got for Dustin Poirier is if he can survive against Benoit Saint Denis, Poirier's cardio and his experience in 5-round fights will hold up, because we've never seen Saint Denis go 5 rounds, I don't think. I'm pretty certain he's not had a main event in the UFC. No. So he's never even been past the 3rd round. That's the only thing I think Dustin Poirier has got massively in his favour. That and the experience and fighting on these high-level pressure moments. He's main evented against massive fights against Conor McGregor, fought for titles. His experience and his cardio in 5-round fights is going to hold key. That's what I think is the key to victory for Dustin Poirier. But I just think Benoit Saint Denis is on a rocket ship to the top of this division, and he's going to do it and go through Dustin Poirier to get to the top of this division. let us know your prediction down in the comments below. I'm a massive fan of both guys, and I'm not that much fussed wherever way it goes. I just want a war. I want one of the fight of the years, because yeah, I'm very hyped for this fight, and I can't wait for this, and I hope it delivers like I think it's going to deliver, because we might get one of the best and most violent fights of the year. And whichever way the outcome goes, I can't wait. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more MMA and fight content coming soon. Leave your prediction down below. Who do you think is going to win? How they're going to win? And if you've got any video ideas of what you want to see me make or upload, put that down in the comments below. Subscribe for more MMA and fight content coming soon. And we hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.